So here is the thing. It's funny. It is very strange though. Okay. It's not as you would expect it, but it's as I expected. And the thing is, I have the same calls to the RCMP and the police. I have the same calls to the FBI in Ottawa at the main office. I have a sergeant, Jason Smart, and he's not like me. He's an idiot. Anyway, here's the thing. I have them. They can't say I don't because I do, and I can prove it, and I will. So here's the TV. I'll put it on this too. And they're asking and they're pretending that, this is a real issue. They run the crime, probably. I mean, there's something here for sure. And I've said it for a long time. I just didn't know that it would become so obvious and easy to prove. And it is seemingly that's what it is. So if, the assumption is that I'm making a call and I have real info and I'm saying I do, and now let's just imagine that I didn't. Can you imagine making this call, the same one, and having a different response? Well, go ahead, try it. See if you get the different response. And, if you do, let me know. Maybe I'll get you to make my calls. And this is it's strange because in its own way it's funny. Now, yeah. Here's the thing: truth and love do win, and they just have a battle they fight with lies. That's all they do. They lie, they steal, they cheat. It's Satan's game. And here I am with truth and love. And here's the thing: I'm only gonna fight my battle with truth and love. And this is the interesting thing because they're gonna see that this is the real way to play because they're gonna lose. And here's the thing: they can hurt and lie and cheat and steal. That's what they're doing. Okay, and I'm just gonna be nice and tell the truth. That's it. Here's the truth. Love wins, too.
You have reached the National Threat Operations Center. We are currently experiencing technical difficulties. Please try again later. Thank you.
So that is a FBI's main office, and they're experiencing difficulty, and I should call them back later. That's their head office, and this is actually probably I'll try it a few times, and we'll find that this is exactly what will happen.
Field office.
I tried calling the your main office, and their phone service is down apparently. And I was actually calling because yesterday on the news there was a story about the criminal and drug problems in the United States due to Canada, specifically Vancouver. And I coincidentally have some very good information regarding this. And I was reaching out to speak with Cash Patel because I have very good information and I think he would agree. So I thought, well, who I would get in touch with at the FBI in order to get me in touch with him. Because I will fly in to the States and I will sit with him and we can go over information. But to the degree they want to determine it is of value, I think maybe they want to have someone, talk to me first or something. But, to get this phone service that's broken and so forth. And, I have a phone number too he can call back on as well.
Oh, perfect. Well, it's not our standard operating procedure to just put people through to the director of the FBI. But if you have information that you'd like to provide on that, I'm happy to put you through to our intake line where you can provide that
Yeah.
information.
Well, let me just start by saying the difference is that I've had two.
Check out to you.
Here's the difference, though. The difference is I've had 2 attempts on my life, and when I reveal my location to the Canadian RCMP, the criminals know my location and they come to kill me. So here's the big difference. You won't get the amount of information from me the same way you would if I was to be able to sit down with him, when I can have a conversation where I know I'm safe and I know that the information I'm giving is also safe, because my computer is most likely hacked and my phone is monitored, and this is for sure. And I was brought into the States to stay in Los Angeles. I was living in the Lowe's Hotel for 4 months. So if there's any doubt to the seriousness of things, I can say you all also worked for the Hells Angels for quite some time. I ran their websites and so forth. So it's not hard to see that I am telling true stories. I also worked on television commercials for our Prime Minister, Jean Chrétien. So it's easy to see I worked for the biggest criminals, both in government and both in gangs. So anyway, this is a real call, and it's just going to be the last call. So if this is something that you think that your government really wants, then you can get me on the phone with someone that understands that I don't make this offer twice.
Yeah, I'm unfortunately not able to facilitate
No,
a
of
one-on-one
course not.
meeting with Cash Patel either. What
I
I can do,
no, but you
I
can get me on the phone with someone that would understand that this is one he wants, like a real
Yeah, so
a
what I
real
would,
FBI investigator.
sir, what I was going to do is give you a phone number you can call where you can provide this information. If you're concerned that your phone is being tapped, then I would encourage you to borrow a phone from someone else and use their phone.
Yeah.
That number, do you have a piece of paper?
This is here's the thing. You should also know that this call is recorded, and at some point I
It's
will.
recorded on my end as well.
No, I know, but I will release mine to Fox News. I will release mine to the general public. I have real information to. Yeah, you can give me another. You can give me another phone number, sure. I called your head office. Now I called your office in Washington, and you're going to give me another phone number, and I'll call it. 3 strikes, you're out with me, and I'll give it a try, though. What is it?
Okay, the phone number is 1-800-225-5324. Again, that's 1-800-225-5324.
Okay, what's your name?
We don't provide our names for
No, I know you have numbers. Give me your number, please.
No, sir. I won't be doing that. You have a good rest of your day.
You have to legally give me your number. Legally, you have to provide it. Not going to provide it. Well, that's also on the recording. And that's also, this is how fucking much of a serious joke the system is. A bunch of Satan worshippers, probably.
RCMP headquarters, bonjour.
I would like to speak with a RCMP investigator.
Okay, and what were you calling to inquire about?
Well, it's not an inquiry. There was the director, Patel, of the FBI was on the news yesterday regarding criminal activity and Canada's responsibilities for it. And they, attested to the fact that Vancouver is a bigger part of the problem. And I agree, it is. And I have also suffered 2 attempts on my life. And I've reported criminal activity to the RCMP, and I basically have been trying to keep myself safe, and on occasion revealing some information to the RCMP, also gave up my location to the criminals. So I think there's some corruption within the RCMP, and so I was a little bit more on the edge of thinking that reporting something like this to the FBI may yield some better results. But I also wanted to do it through the RCMP. So one of your...
Where are you calling from?
Well, see, that's the problem. I won't give up my location to
Well,
RCMP.
here's the thing.
Yeah.
No, I wanna. We're a switchboard here. I'm not an officer.
Yep.
But, I can redirect you. I'm just trying to understand.
Okay, then
if you
make
wanna
it
report
one of the main offices. One of the main
No, I
offices.
understand what you're asking for. I'm just
Okay.
gonna let you know, like, if you're asking for, you want it to be referred to the FBI. The FBI is U.S. That's not a Canadian police force.
Oh, I'm
The
well
RCMP
aware.
only-
Can I tell you what I know that you don't know? Okay, here's what it is.
Well, I
The
wanna help you.
Canadian. No, I know, but I'm going to give you some information so you can get through all the other fake info.
I don't want to
Hold
waste
on.
your time.
There is a
No,
federal communications between the agencies. There is international policing done between the FBI and the CIA and the Canadian RCMP and police. So what I'm asking you to do is put me in touch with a RCMP officer, investigator that works in conjunction with these federal cross-platform entities that...
I'm just gonna, like, you mentioned Vancouver, so if you're
No,
coming from a
the
specific
last
jurisdiction, call
city,
your local police.
the last city in the world, and arts and coincidentally, the British Columbia RCMP are corrupt. So I would definitely not. I would say Ottawa is the best bet for me because I think it would be more to the fact probably less corrupted.
Well, I'm trying to follow what you're inquiring about, but I mean, anything...
It's not an
any
inquiry.
complaint-
I'm trying to talk to an investigator. Let's just say this again. I had 2 attempts on my life. I
Call your
survived.
local police and speak to them.
Okay.
Your local jurisdiction.
No, I don't have one, and if I did, I wouldn't call them because the last time...
Police that has legal authority there.
Well, let's pretend I live in Ottawa then. Let's pretend I live in Ottawa and give me the Ottawa.
That's it. Then you would talk to the Ottawa police.
No, outside of Ottawa, the
You call
RCMP.
your local jurisdiction. There's nothing an RCMP can do if it's outside their jurisdiction.
Okay, their jurisdiction is outside RCMP. There I am. That's where I live. There we go. Put me on the phone with them.
RCMP, then it's your local police force. Anyway, I hope you find what you're looking for, but this wouldn't be the number you have to call to get redirected. Like it's call your local police and go from there. But
So I'm asking you to put me on the phone with the local Ottawa RCMP.
They won't be able to do anything.
Oh, why would they not be able to do anything? You just told me that is my local force. The local.
Well, you said hypothetically speaking. Call your local jurisdiction.
Okay, but hypothetically speaking is actually me telling you what I didn't want to tell you. That is what I thought would happen right there. Because the thing is, it doesn't matter how they twist it. It's a twist. And I can try it again, and I will get similar results. And I will. I look at 3 strikes, you're out.
So where's all the fentanyl coming from still? Where's the trafficking coming from still?
In this Fox News interview, FBI Director Kash Patel putting the blame on Canada.
On a variety of different criminal enterprises, and they're going and they're sailing around to Vancouver.
The times that I've seen it, when it really backs up the line going in, is they're opening all the trunks, all the doors.
This check stop by the Pacific Highway crossing located just before people head into Canada. The mayor of Blaine was recently told by U.S. Customs and Border Protection these searches are targeting drug traffickers.
If drugs are coming into the U.S., it means that money must be going back across the border
through all the casino companies.
So that's also what they were looking for when they were doing these searches of outbound cars.
And I don't care about getting into this debate about making someone the 51st state or not, but they are our partner in the north. And say what you want about Mexico, but they helped us seal the southern border.
But latest data from the U.S. CBP shows 6.3 kilograms of fentanyl were seized at the northern border last month. a
they
fraction
don't
of the nearly
investigate.
300 kilograms of fentanyl intercepted from Mexico.
All of this is a distraction. The tariffs that they're bringing in were brought in on the guise that they were addressing
put the Mexican
fentanyl,
enforcement
but their
in
own
Canada
data is
and see
showing
the
that
difference.
the percentage of fentanyl coming into the U.S. is very, very small.
Last October, the
Nice.
RCMP busted this super lab in Falkland, BC, described as the largest and most sophisticated of its kind, seizing illicit drugs, including more than 95 million doses of fentanyl.
I don't think this is something that we should write off as being rhetoric attached to the trade war, because our own Canadian Intelligence Service reports do point to an increase in the amount of organized crime groups producing drugs here in Canada, and it's something that we need to take action on now.
What's not disputed, about 5 people die from toxic drugs every day in BC. Sturco calling on the province to establish a bipartisan
more than
task
that.
force on fentanyl
Plus you're
trafficking.
just trucking
Angela Jung, Global News.
dealers. I put my Godwin's hat on for this part. Here's the thing. This organization is actors, it's movie people, it's porn stars, it's people that run snuff, it's people that run casinos and gambling companies, and they are very, very corrupt, but also in some very dark, evil ways. I would say it's hard to call someone like this brilliant, but as far as retards go, these people are brilliant. No, they may be dark, very dark, but they've been planning things for quite some time. So what they've done to me and with me and other people is very tricky, dark, mean stuff, okay? So what's up their sleeves, I don't know. But if you fall for their tricks, then, well, there's no hope for you. There may be no hope for anyone that's good that's up against them, and that is me. I don't really think to fight these people that they're planning good outcomes. No, they're planning evil, dark outcomes. And all I'm trying to do is get the truth out there to stop them from hurting others. And that's it. I'm not trying to put anyone to jail even. I really am not. The people that put attempts and hurt me and basically have been planning to bring me down for 20-some years, I mean, they failed. My thoughts on it, they will continue to fail. And here's the thing, despite the fact that I am living without any police protection, I've tried. As you can see, I reached out to Donald Trump. I've called the police, the FBI, the RCMP, and numerous calls. And I have also been very kind and even humble in the way that I've said to the criminals that are involved doing these things. I am also bowing to not fighting. I'm really, it's not up for a fight. I would say, I'm not the one to worry about. And what I have seen for a very long time is the problems that are being put on others are really internal. That there are corrupt RCMP within the RCMP. There are corrupt members in the FBI. There's many high levels within government that are also corrupt. I don't think that the bad apples are actually ruining the good orchards. I really think that the rotten fruit will fall and it'll rot on its own. But there's a fight, and I have seen to the point how ridiculous it is, and I'm just showing you. This is fucking not even. Listen, this Barbie bitch ran for mayor. I'll throw this video in there too. You can see. I'm not making this up. This is as strange as it can get. I'm sure of it. But this is also to show you that they have not been fucking with me just recently. This is ongoing and long. It's the most bizarre stuff. And here's the thing, I can prove it with great ease. And I'm showing it to you now. I was keeping it reasonably quiet, and I'm not doing anything to hurt anyone. Again, very big emphasis on the fact that I love and forgive everyone. But the ones that continue to hurt people, they have not and will not repent. Well, there's a battle still for them. Anyway, love wins.
I know some really good private investigations that are ongoing with our team.
Those private investigations Corporal Jim Brown is discussing on his weekend show about the paranormal for Spaced Out Radio, where he goes by the name James Tyson, have nothing to do with the RCMP. After staged S&M photos of Brown and women emerged, the force suspended him. That was nearly 4 years ago, and he's been collecting pay, $335,000, while off work, and taking motorcycle trips down the coast, doing some charity work, and of course, a little broadcasting. His RCMP disciplinary hearings were repeatedly adjourned, and he continued to be paid. After no response to emails, we visited Brown's home, but only his dog answered. We've now learned that Corporal Brown is no longer a corporal. In fact, he's no longer even a member of the RCMP. Deputy Commissioner Craig Callens, the commanding officer of the RCMP in BC, says, I've been seeking the dismissal of Corporal Jim Brown since the conclusion of the investigation. The hearing dates have been adjourned for reasons beyond my control, but are a reflection of some of the challenges we faced under the old RCMP Act. As the date for a hearing approached, the individual submitted his discharge papers, which I immediately signed. His career with the RCMP is over. With that, ex-corporal Jim Brown gets his pension and no hearing. John Daly, Global News.
So, to be a little more expressive as to showing people and giving examples of how fucking committed and strange these people are. And whatever it is they're up to, it's always very dark. And here we have, this is a client, a customer that I had. As a web designer, I've worked for mostly criminals, and it was not intended. It just, I guess, when you are recognized as someone that works for one criminal, they all want, oh, this guy, we can trust him because this criminal likes him. Anyway, not intended. But here's one, also very strange. Completely, the thing about them is they just disappear. And I mean, maybe this person was existing after me as a client. But then if you go looking, you'll see, no, they weren't. They ran for mayor and then they completely disappeared. Are they alive? Are they trying to set me up as a serial killer? I would say it could be that's their plan. I mean, it's something bizarre. Either way, a lot of people go missing. And it's something that was quite easy for me to show, and I'm showing you again. Look it up. Her name, everything is there. So if the police force are not funny enough, here is an old client of mine, and this is to attest to the comedy of how insane things were and are. And these people, and this was solely to mess with me. But there's something more to it, and I'll get into this later too. It's very criminal though, just on a different level.
Hello, my name is Carly Rich. I'm the dominatrix Ms. Barbie Bitch. I have 2 children, a son married who turned 25 yesterday. His wife is going to law school. She's in her 2nd year. My son fights for the MMA. My daughter is going to school for environmental engineering and marrying an RCMP officer.
Oh, RCMP.
The reason I'm running for mayor is I think that our city right now needs to get a hold of some bad behavior that's been happening, and we need to focus on political issues and not what's happening outside of the arena. For me, I feel that there's demographics that we don't hear from and that don't stand up enough. And that's the one thing that, for me, that I would like to do. I'd like to take care of certain social issues and stuff like that. I feel that we're bringing more issues into the city instead of fixing some of the issues that's dragging the city down. So that's why I'm running. First three things. Number one, I am all for the metronome and building and revamping some of the waterway right there. Definitely. Environmental issues for me are huge. I don't know why more buildings are self-sustaining. There's a lot of rooftop. You want another hydro failure? And then the definite thing that I would do is for children's nutrition programs. My mom implemented all those nutrition programs, and Ford, that's one of the things that he cut, saying that they were useless. Corrupt the child right from the very beginning and don't give that child the same those advantages. You're going to turn around and breed and make a child that clearly is not going to have advantages in life. Go after the parents who don't pay child support. It is an issue. Create jobs in that sector as well, going after them. Create jobs in certain sectors for animal cruelty and stuff. More of those officers and more of those jobs that step up and help people either off of welfare or get slightly better paying jobs and more obtainable jobs. I know exactly what it's like to, number one, to fight for every dollar that you have, you know, to have things that
she knows how to fight for it
because of who you are
tie you up
in society
and steal your
not for
wallet.
the value that you have. I mean, a dominatrix, number one, doesn't lie on their back. The value of a dominatrix is dressed and on their feet.